2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this first round action. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and this week we are at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club in Orlando, Florida. What are the players up against here with the opening hole, Rich?
460 yards dogleg from right to left. The fairway bunkers are in play with drivers and 3-woods. You want to avoid those at all costs. Second shot into a very narrow green that's dotted by bunkers.
I know I can't wait. Let's get back down to the coverage. And let's see what he can do here today. And take us through the approach shot. It's not easy to run the ball onto the green.
It's not. Your approach shot has to come in high and soft with a lot of spin, as there's just not much depth to this green. Not much movement either, fairly flat, although there is a ridge that bisects this green in two. You want to make sure that you're on the correct side of that ridge to have a good opportunity to make the putt.
Going with the 8-iron here. Ooh, back there, horsey. Playing within their comfort zone there. What's in front of them, Henny?
Just got to trickle this one in the front door. It's downhill.
Tracking. Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. So it'll be a par to start their round.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
And he finds himself in a tie for third.
And moving down the leaderboard as well.
Looks like they've got the 5-wood. That might be one club too many. This would be a great up and down. It's a well-played chip shot there.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole.
John, what's going on? Talk to us, Goose.
Hey guys, we are checking in with John Rahm as he gets set for his next shot here on the third.
Getting ready to play their third. This one's going right at the pin here. Oh, how good is that? Buries it for birdie as well. And that'll promote a good move up the standings. Rich, the first exposure to the famous lake here at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge is the third.
There's a lot of intimidating tee shots on this golf course, Luke. This could be number one. Water down the left-hand side, you obviously want no part of, but if you miss it right in the rough, that is very gnarly and nasty to come out of. The green works away from the player, moving from right to left. The miss is out to the right, but watch out. It's awfully quick coming down that green. Don't chip it or putt it in the water.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Oh, tidy looking shot that. This putt is 16 feet to the hole. Just didn't drop. Putting for a par now.
This looks like it's got the speed and the line.
Well, that was a positive hole. A little shift up the leaderboard. Well played. The first of the par fives reached the 4th hole.
Yes, Luke, you got out of bounds on the right-hand side that shouldn't come into play for the players, but those bunkers down the left-hand side certainly will. If you get a good tee shot away and you find the fairway, the second shot uphill to this par 5, you can reach, but still lots of trouble lurking around this green.
Oh, well done. Rich, I love being back at Bay Hill every time because you get to honour the absolute legend of our game, the King, Arnold Palmer. There's just an air of something extra special this week, isn't there?
When you step on the property here at Bay Hill, you know you're in the presence of something special. Arnold Palmer's legacy was really built here, wasn't it? Granted, he absolutely brought everything he had to the PGA Tour, but when you come to Bay Hill, and you have all the monuments, especially the statue right there to the right behind number 1 and number 10 tee boxes, you just get a chill down your spine like, man, this is some kind of awesome place. I cannot wait to tee it up here. In saying that, Mr. Palmer did not leave a golf course. That's very easy for these players. But listen, they come back here every year knowing that they need and they want to honor the gentleman who helped form the legacy of the PGA Tour, and that's why they're out here playing for all the money.
Even for the day. Currently tied for 4th place. Oh. So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. The 5th at Bay Hill is the shortest par 4 on the front 9, measuring just under 400 yards. Ridge, placement off the tee, critical here.
It is. It plays straight downhill the entire way, so most players not taking driver out and challenging those bunkers. Lay up short of those, and you'll have a short shot to a green that once again chases away from you at the back end of it.
You liked that, didn't you? Let's catch up with another Jon Rahm highlight, shall we?
Simply amazing what he does from here.
Beamer, that was right out of your playbook. A touch of wizardry. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
And from about 105 yards.
Come on, sit. Yeah, not a bad shot, that one.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
Chance to get one under the card with this putt.
This for back-to-back birdies.
Ooh. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Now we head to the famous par 5 6th. Rich, a lot of players are thinking birdie, maybe even eagle.
out to the right, most definitely the widest part of the fairway, just left of the left-hand bunker out there. We'll leave a layup out to the right, and then you just have a short pitch on from there. This is a really solid birdie opportunity.
Second shot here on the 6th. Going with the 5-wood. Oh, I like the courage here, Rich, getting after this par 5 in 2.
As they should. What a play. Hopefully they'll be rewarded for that play.
Well, it's a bit disappointing. And this putt to move them into a tie for second. That was a gallant attempt. And this putt coming up for his par. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. Let's have a look at the 7th hole, a par 3.
Finally, you have a green that pitches back towards you ever so slightly, Luke, but still coming into it with a good 6-5 iron from 195 yards. It's still a difficult task to get it close.
See if you can get that one to come back to the left a little. Left yourself an opportunity. Well, this would be a bonus. This is a very long putt.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there. Hang on, this looks pretty handy. Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. The par 4 8th, Rich, challenging tee shot and approach.
Love this tee shot here, Luke. The fairway camber is pretty good from right to left, kicking the golf ball towards that bunker. So make sure to take one less club off this tee. From there, you make sure that you take enough club for your second shot to carry the front edge. If not, that golf ball will come falling back off the green into the drink.
This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker. Just 2 shots behind. Going with the 9-iron, I think. Anywhere up on that dance floor would be nice. Outstanding shot. High quality. And this putt to move into the top 5. Oh, how about that one? And with it, he moves to 1 under par. Our man on the ground, John, he's down there. What's the news?
Hey guys, we're checking in with Will Zalatoris as he gets set for his next shot here on the 9th.
And from the bunker here, looking for an up and down. Oh, almost went in. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Let's take a look at the final hole on the front 9, the 9th, and what a tough tee shot it is.
It is it ever. Players want to avoid the bunker down the left-hand side, so inevitably they push it out to the right-hand side, into the rough, into the trees. Now they've got really very little chance of reaching the green in 2. So this is probably the most difficult tee shot on this front 9, and one they have to find the fairway with.
Let's make our way to the 10th hole for this impressive play.
Oh, check this out, showing us how it's done from the sand.
Oh, Brooke Henderson. More brilliance from the young Canadian. I love it. Playing from around 160 yards. Just a stroke behind the leader. And choosing the 8-iron here. This one looks like it'll safely make the green. Oh, that's well played. And a chance for birdie here at the 9th. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me.
Looking for another birdie here.
Oh, look who's getting on a roll now. That's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Well, Rich, as we make the turn to the back 9, what are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, good spot, isn't it? I gotta say, I'd rather be in the lead or tied for the lead than in the chasing pack. Gives you just a little margin of error should you have one, but I gotta say, this player is awfully solid.
Sitting at 2 under par. Currently tied for top spot. Oh, they're dialed in. It's an absolute clinic.
Another green in regulation. This is an absolute clinic.
Leading by a shot after that hole. The par 4 11th resembles the par 4 third, doesn't it? The big lake on the left-hand side.
It does. It just has a little more landing room here on the left-hand side, however. But if you lay back, be prepared to go in with a long iron. If you take the driver out and successful, you now turn this challenging hole into almost a birdie opportunity.
Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. And there's highlights aplenty out there on the golf course. Let's take a look at this incredible shot.
Look at the shot that this player possesses.
Wonderful effort. Okay, let's get back to the action. And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 155.
Going with the 8-iron here.
Has got this thing dialed in here, looking good.
A wonderful shot. A chance for birdie here on the 11th.
And as good as they putt, you almost have to guarantee this one.
This putt of about 7 feet to the hole. Oh, just missed. This is a par putt. That was a top-level approach shot, but unfortunately they walk off the green with a par. Still in the lead now after that hole. And the 12th hole, Rich, similar to the 4th hole. Arnold Palmer is really starting to mimic front and back 9s.
He does. It's kind of the same thing. Out of bounds out to the right. You got to avoid both those bunkers there, both right and left. You find the fairway. Again, second shot slightly uphill to a green that sits above you. One of the big dangers here, though, is going long. That is a big no-no to miss it long on this 12th.
this shot here from about 240 yards. Currently in the lead by a shot. Seems to have chosen the 3-wood. Needs this to kick a bit left. I know it hasn't come up exactly how they imagine in their mind, Rich, but you've got to like that play.
Shocking. A missed green in regulation.
Let's catch up with Will Zalatoris. Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? And here we are with the 3rd shot. Well, that's a beautiful bunker shot there. 4 feet to the cup. Well, what about that, Rich? A great display of resilience.
That'll way to grind it out. In the bunker, but up and down for the birdie. Nicely done.
He sits in 1st position. Number 13, not a long hole by anyone's stretch, but the pond in front of the green really plays havoc.
It does, more so than it should. It's just a long iron or a hybrid off the tee. Find the fairway down the right-hand side. Open up the angle for your 2nd shot. And it's obvious, you just don't want to miss your 2nd shot right. So bail out to the left-hand side. Make a par. Pretty simple.
Henny, what does that lie look like?
Looks like they have a good lie here in the 1st cut.
Quality shot, that one. Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Ooh, right by the hole. Down she goes. Let's head to the next. Currently at -4 for the round. And another of the uphill par 3s, the 14th, Rich.
This is such a difficult hole because this tee shot lines you up over on the left-hand side where you'll find those bunkers. But if you bail out to the right, well, now you're running into a low area that you have a pretty difficult chip shot to a green that historically is the firmest and fastest on this golf course.
Always frustrated by missing a green.
One of the rare misses for this player today, Luke. They've been hitting a lot of greens today.
Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. If that's the right pace, this should drop. And back to the play, shall we? 2nd shot here on the 14th hole. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole.
Trying to save par here.
That wasn't your best effort, was it? Well, they say a bogey pleases someone. The rest of the field buoyed now after that drop shot by our leader. He finds himself in a share of the lead. As we get into the closing stretch here at Bay Hill, the 15th, the par 4.
Strong par 4, here, dog legs from left to right. Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your 2nd shot out of the trap, but also you've got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
Henny, what have they got in front of them here?
He is right on the 150-yard marker here.
Well, good looking shot here. That's headed towards the green. Pay attention, folks. That's how you play golf. Time to catch up with the Canadian Brooke Henderson.
This is how you do it 7 days a week.
Oh, that's the shot. Go ahead and make one. Don't worry about getting it up and down. Lining up the birdie putt here. Ouch, that hurts. And this one is for his par. Currently at -3 for the round. Well, one of the great parts of the finish here of Bay Hills Club and Lodge, Rich, is the fluctuations in scoring, and it all starts here at the par 5 16th.
Luke, you got to take advantage of this par 5. It's just over 500 yards. Find the fairway. Don't flirt with either of those bunkers out there. Second shot should be with a middle to long iron to a green that's surrounded by water on the left and bunkers on the right. But still, it's a great opportunity to make 4 or better.
This shot from around the 200 yards. That's the lead. Looks to be going with the 5-iron.
Nothing good out on the right-hand side, Luke. This headed for trouble.
Well, it looks like they tried to be bold there, Rich, but it didn't quite work out for them.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, Luke. This is a surprise, missing this one.
This line doesn't look too tough, just in the first cut, right by the green. Nice soft hands around the green. What a skill to have.
Such soft hands.
Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. The par 3 17th, Rich, has got a wonderful atmosphere around it. Looks visually quite stunning, but my word, it's a brute.
This hole causes more stress for the players, I think, than any other hole on the golf course, with possibly the exception of number 3. This green is nearly impossible to find, as it is so firm historically through the years. You find the green, you make your 3, and you're smiling earlobe to earlobe.
But not a bad approach. He'll be putting. What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
18-footer here is what he's facing.
Be the ball, Danny. No. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. And that will take him to 4 under. And at the end of that hole, he's gone into clear outright leader. Rich, as we head to the finishing hole here at Bay Hill, a famous finishing hole, so much drama over the years, predominantly by the great Tiger Woods. But most of the drama starts off the tee.
It does. This is actually a semi-blind tee shot. There's a mound down the right-hand side of the fairway where you can't see the golf balls land, so players won't know whether they found the fairway or missed it right, or even out on the left-hand side. Most iconic moments in all of golf, in my mind's eye, Robert Gomez holding his second shot here back in 1990 to claim the title.
Uh-oh, this is heading towards the water. Playing their 4th shot. He leads the field by a stroke. Oh, this one's right down the pipe. That was special.
full of confidence as well with their putter. Gotta like their chances.
The putt drops, and this player is finished for the day. And as this round comes to a close, he finds himself in a share of top spot. Well, that just about concludes our coverage. I'm Luke Elvey, and on behalf of Rich Beam, plus all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's good night for now.